Gina DeLuca here. All right, before I get started, I have a couple of announcements to make. One, my auction is tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern. So that's April 7th, 2023, Friday, 7 p.m. right here on YouTube. There is a preview video of the paintings that will be in there. There are a couple more paintings that did not make it into the video that will be ending up in the auction. Other announcement, my Amazon account was down for a few days. I don't know why, but it was mysteriously disabled, and I had to go through the whole process of signing up again. But the Fluid Art Inspiration cards are back on Amazon if you were having an issue. Yeah, okay. So what I am doing today, I'm trying something new. I saw a piece by an artist named Denni Jo, and she called it the Ghost Marble Pour. It was very, very cool looking. So I'm going to give that a whirl. And yeah, so the colors I'm using for my background, I have the artist Loft Flow Acrylic in black, artist Loft Old Gold, Decoart Americana Decor Satin Enamels in pure white, and this little Piggy pigment in Crescendo. This one was actually named for me, so you know, probably get used to seeing this in a lot of paintings because I'm vain like that. And so, how are these paints mixed? Well, the black is mixed 1 part paint to 2 parts Floetrol, and that's pretty much it. It wound up being just the right consistency. The pigments, the first thing I do is put a bit of, I use the golden gloss pouring medium. I put that in the bottom of the cup. I add the pigment to that until it's nice and mixed in. And then I added some golden regular gel gloss to thicken it up a bit. And then I added some Floetrol to thin it back down. But that's basically what it wound up being. So by the time I mixed in the pouring medium, which was just enough to cover the bottom of the cup, and then the pigment and the golden gloss, I kind of mix that into like a tube paint consistency, and then I do 2 parts Floetrol to that. So basically I make a paint consistency out of it, tube paint consistency, and then I use Floetrol. The satin enamels, I'm doing something a little different here. Usually I will add another white to it when I'm doing a cloud pour or something to that effect, but I'm only going to be using just a tiny bit of this white. So this is just the satin enamel and Floetrol, and it's 1 part paint, basically 1 part paint, 2 parts Floetrol. And this is giving me like about a 3 on my consistency scale. It's a little thicker than what I would do for a straight pour, but not too thick. And then the Old Gold is just 1 part paint and 2 part Floetrol. That's how everything is mixed. Before we get started, have you seen the Fluid Art Inspiration cards? If you have, you can fast forward about a minute, but if you have not, what we have are 52 cards. There are 42 technique cards, and each technique card has an associated video here on YouTube that gives you all of the information that you need, the exact paint, brand, consistency, the colors, and of course the technique, all of the things that I can't fit on a card. This is the picture of the painting in that video. This box contains a tip for that particular technique, and here at the bottom you have the color palette that was used in this painting. And then these 2 boxes can be used together as the basis of a 2-color palette, or you can build off of those colors. And there are 8 bonus color palette cards. Each one has 5 color palettes. Use all of the colors or just some of the colors. Mix and match the bonus color palette cards with the technique cards, and you have more combinations than you could ever paint in a lifetime. These are available at my website, ginadeluca.net, and again at amazon.com. Okay, so I'm not actually probably going to be spinning this, but just for the purpose of getting everything down, I have it on my spinner. Always double check your consistency. And I'm just going to lay down a bit of a base coat, but I am saving a significant amount of this black for the puddle that will go in the center. But I do like to lay down a base coat always, always. I just get better results. Some people seem to get great results without it. I am not one of those people. So I cover my edges first because I don't like when my canvas shows through on the side, and I don't want to have to touch that up later. So I just like to make sure that I have good coverage on my sides from the get-go. I like to troubleshoot before there's trouble. All right, my base coat is down. I'm going to pop any bubbles that might be in there. So I'm going to put a nice healthy puddle I am going to leave a little bit in my cup just in case I need it for the corners to get it to move around. Okay, so now we don't need a lot. Actually, see bubbles? Let me just get these. I don't want to torch this after I put down the satin enamel. Sometimes I get cracking when I torch the satin enamels. Always check your consistency. The sauce may thicken upon standing. Okay. It's okay if things aren't precise. We're going to be running a marble through all of this anyway. I do want to make sure I have enough weight. Okay. I think that should do it. Now I'll add some of the Crescendo, kind of following lines where I can. Try to give it a bit of a design. Once that marble starts moving around, it'll blend all of this stuff together. And I may lose this pigment. It may sink. It looks like it's sinking, but that's okay. Even if I just get little glimpses of it, it'll still look cool. Also, the marble may bring some of it back up. We shall see. And now for the gold. Basically just doing the same thing, adding bits of it. And we're gonna see what happens. This might wind up being a hot mess. Might be the coolest thing I've done in a while. Only one way to find out, y'all. Oh, what if I mess it up? Did I learn something? That is all that matters. There are no fails. There are only opportunities to learn and adapt and adjust. Okay. How's that looking? Okay. This is a marble. This is like one of the bigger marbles. There's like the little marbles, and then there's the, I can't remember what they're called, but these are the ones that you flick into the other ones. Okay, so I'm going to drop this on there and pretend that I'm a kid again playing that maze game. This does require some concentration. Okay, there we go. I think that'll do it. We shall see. And now to stretch, and it is the stretching that tends to give it that ghostly effect. And I do like the composition that I have going. So I'm going to try to keep that. And by doing that, so I always bring the weight of the paint back to center before I change direction. So that it helps me to maintain my composition and everything stretches more evenly. And this need a little juice right there. Okay, and then bringing the weight of the paint back to center. I am seeing a little bit of granulation in the areas where I have the pigment. I think maybe I didn't mix it up well enough. User error. Okay, now the million-dollar question. Will it make it to the other side? I don't know. I think maybe I didn't use enough paint. So this is going to require patience. Will it get there? Don't know. But if you ever had a painting that dried not level, you know how much paints can move over time. And so if it takes a minute to get there, that's what it takes. I don't know that I have enough paint to get to that other side without compromising the composition, the squishing lines up too much and getting wiggles. It is moving ever so slowly. I may have to high speed this part for you. Do I have juice? So what I was worried about is what's happening here. I'm kind of getting some unruly squiggle action. So note to self, use more paint next time. It's better to tilt it off than to not have enough. Okay, and now going to bring this weight of the paint back to center again, always. Okay, well, not exactly what I was going for. I think I really messed myself up by not having enough paint. So I will likely try this again and use a proper amount of paint for this. I do love the effect that you get from the satin enamel, just that very ghostly gradient that happens. Okay, I'm going to clean up and I'm going to bring you for a close-up. Back in a few. Okay, here it is. So I learned some things. I should use less white because I do want more negative space and more of that ghostly effect. I need to use more of the base paint so that it slides around more easily, stretches more easily, and I don't get wiggles like that. The Crescendo has pretty much mostly just disappeared, so that is not going to work for this technique. There's like a sliver of it. Just tiny bits of it remain. But that's what we have. So I will try again, making some adjustments, and we'll see what happens. But that's it. I hope you enjoyed, hope you learned something. Do stick around for some quick photos of what will be appearing in the auction tomorrow, and also a trailer for the Fluid Art Experience, where I will be teaching April 27th to 29th in Seattle, along with a bunch of other fantastic artists. And hopefully I'll see you there. I'll be teaching how to get cells without silicone, straight pour and cloud pour and that good stuff. Also in the description box, you'll find links to my affiliates, Decoart being one of them. If you want to get your hands on some of these satin enamels, they make some groovy things happen. There is a discount code there, and if you use those links, anything that you purchase off of those websites, I make a commission at no additional cost to you. Also, in the description box, you will find a link to my website where you can find my art, music, fluid art, inspiration cards for sale. And you'll find the link to our Facebook group. Go make some art, join us there, post your masterpieces, ask your questions, get some inspiration. A good time is had by most. And, oh, I almost forgot my Patreon. We do Zooms every week and Q&A Zooms. And we also just kind of talk about inspiration and whatever hurdles we may be encountering at the time and how to get over them. But, yeah, so this is not exactly what I was going for, but it's adjacent, and I learned some things, and so the next one will go better. That's how it goes. You have to be willing to not be good at something before you can get good at it. Right? All right. That is it for me for today. Stick around for those photos and that trailer. And I hope you have a beautiful day. Now go make some art. So this is just a small sampling of some of the pieces that will be up for auction tomorrow, Friday, April 7th, 2023 at 7 p.m. Eastern. There will be quite a few pieces in there that have been in inventory for a while, and so they will have very low starting prices. so I can make room and make more paintings. But hopefully I will see some of y'all there. And there will be some giveaways, so do be sure to stop by right here on YouTube tomorrow, Friday, April 7th, 2023, 7 p.m. Eastern. And there are lots more that will be in the auction that you are not seeing right now. There is a video that has everything 2 videos back.